go ahead and hop into it, bro. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
kick it
man.
off. All right. So welcome to the Masterminds with James Allen. He is I and I am him. And today we got my guy, man. I'm excited. The owner and founder of 3S Inspections here in Houston, Texas. And before we go ahead and hop into it, let me go ahead and give my guy his proper intro. So I'm really excited today because Brent, you could talk to so many different things, man. You've like lived a couple of lives, man, as far as like career lives, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I have, man. I have.
yeah.
First thing, you got to represent, but I have, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's,
yeah.
It's been a crazy ride.
Yeah.
Man, I turned 50 this year, man. I don't know if you knew that.
What?
September. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I turned 50 in September, man. So I've had my share, man. I've been places.
That's a blessing, bro. What day in September?
26.
Oh yeah, we talked about that because I'm the 27th. Yeah. We're gonna have to do something. Yeah, we gotta do something.
I know, for real, man.
Yeah.
But man, and then being from, just outside of New Orleans. So,
Yep.
I was telling you earlier, man, that, not a lot of people that know me in the Houston area, knew that I was in law enforcement way back in the day, man. Way back in the day. And
you say way back in the day, it's the 90s, bro. Come on.
I mean, early 90s, man. Early 90s. But a lot of people don't know that, man.
Yeah.
That's where all this started, man.
When you told me that, I was like, I was surprised. I was like, really? It was like, yeah. And so you were there for how long were you out there?
So, man, I you know what? I did that. I did the police thing, oddly enough, man. I did it full time until my son was born in 97. Yeah, 97. And then after that, I was like, man, I can't, these streets too dangerous. I can't be out here in these streets, like that. So, my dad was in oil and gas all his life. And so he was like, look, we can go check it out, check it out. And I never had no intentions on doing that, man. I didn't want to be nowhere around a chemical plant or a refinery, man.
Right.
But he's like, look, just go check it out. If you like it, you like it. You don't like it, you don't like it, right? So I did. I went over there, man, and I filled out the application, and I was able to get on and stuff like that. I went and I was working shift work, and I learned real quickly that, man, shift work was not for me.
Right. Right.
That's not for everybody, man. And I'm like, look, man, this is not for me. But the oil and gas, man, the money good. I mean, it was good.
Yes,
and so I'm like, look, man, I got to do something else. I can't be doing this shift work stuff. And so they had an opening came out in inspections. And I'm like, yeah, man, that sounds like, I like inspections, I like investigating stuff, that sounds like me right there. So, I quickly jumped on that, and man, I never looked back, dude. And I was just doing the math, man. My son's 25 years old. That's been 25, like 24, 25 years ago, man.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. And man, travel, when I tell you, that's what brought me to Houston. The job brought me to Houston, came to Houston with the oil and gas. And
of course, yeah.
And then, right into inspections, traveling all over, man. We've talked about this many times, man, traveling all over the world doing inspections. And then, man, just what, 2 years ago, that's when I really stopped traveling, when I started this business, because, the wife was like, okay, we got the little ones now. This traveling is nice, but I need you home,
For real.
So yeah, man, started 3S, was, man, about a year and a half ago now, man, and never looked back.
Right.
We just been hit the ground running.
And let me go ahead and give the proper intro. So yeah, you ran through the journey there. So and I definitely appreciate that. So I mean, if for you guys who don't know yet, I mean, a lot of people who are going to be watching this are very familiar and have worked with this gentleman and continue to work with this company. So we have Brent Cannon from 3S Home Inspections of Houston, Texas. So man, welcome to the Mastermind Podcast, family. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me. Like always. Been waiting for a long time to get this done.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. What are you talking about? My podcast is only like a month old. What are you?
I know, man. It seemed like it's been longer, but
I think 2 months. 2 months. Yeah.
Man, you had a lot of guests, man.
I mean,
you had a lot of episodes because I be watching them, man. I don't think I'm not watching them. I watch them.
Okay. Well, I need you to comment then. I'm joking. But no, yeah, it's weekly. So I guess
Yeah.
So yeah, weekly episodes. It'll definitely get up there quickly, man. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so off the top, man, I want to ask you. Everyone knows right now the real estate market is a hot topic, particularly in your business. I mean, what are you seeing, man? How's business right now?
Man, business has been really good. We blessed. I'm not
Yeah,
complaining. You'll never hear me complain about being too busy.
right.
Um, we brought on another guy to help out, and I think you've met him a couple of times. But we
Yeah,
brought on another guy to help out, and
yeah,
he's going to hit the ground running. And one part of me wants to say, well, we're going to bring him in to help with workload, but then there's the business side of me that says, I want to bring him on so I can double my business.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? I don't want him to take half of it. I want to double it. I want him to
Right.
be as busy as I am. You know,
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
that's the name of the game.
Yeah, you kind of just walked right into an interesting topic there. So, how are you going to pick that decision on whether to scale or really help you out with just your workload as is? Because I mean, me personally, I know like I was a one man show for almost 3 years, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just like I kind of hit a point like, man, I cannot do this, and
Right.
so like, yeah, you want to double it, so it's like, but damn, that means you still going to be going like crazy. And
Yep.
just to interject, yo, if you guys haven't worked with Brent, I definitely, recommend, just not because he's my guy and a friend of mine, but I mean, the service is top notch. I literally called Brent 3 days ago, and I said, yo, I need an inspection for the next day. And he's like, yo, I'm already packed, but I'm gonna make it work. I was like, how? He's like, I'm gonna make it work. I asked
That's it.
no other questions, and we got a top-notch report back with less than 24 hours.
For
So
sure.
that just speaks to the high quality and the professionalism of 3S Home Solutions. So salute to that, my guy. Man, that's
Yes,
dope.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. This market is insane. Obviously, I do see signs of it slowing down. I am not a
Mhm.
realtor by no means, but I do see signs of it slowing down.
Mhm.
But at first, I thought that would kind of worry me a little bit. But
Mhm.
this is Houston. People still gonna be buying houses. They might not be buying them in the
Always.
droves that they were buying them the last 2 years, but people still gonna be buying houses. This is the times where this is gonna weed out some folks,
Yep.
right? The
Yep.
people that's hungry and gonna go get it, they gonna go get it, and the
Yep.
people that's not, they gonna fall by the wayside, and
Yes,
that's fine.
sir.
You can't. It's you gotta make it happen, man. And I think that's with any business, man. I think that's with any business.
Mhm.
So yeah.
I definitely agree with that about, this is the time to go get it. And funny you mentioned Aisha, because Aisha, I asked her about from the realtor's perspective, and her response was, this is the time where realtors got to go earn their money. And like you're just saying, it's in every single market
Yeah.
because things have been so sweet,
Yeah.
cash has been very cheap and, and easily to attain. And so now things are a little competitive, but I definitely do think your quality, your services are going to help you separate yourself apart from the competition. So, I mean,
Yeah.
and with that being said, too, Brent, like, how is that, man? Because you are actively busy and things are going well for you, but I mean, Houston is a big city, but there are inspectors everywhere. I
There
get
are,
this,
man.
I get a call, email from an inspector every day, and I'm
I know,
like,
man.
yeah, I'm like loyal to
I,
my guy. I'm like, yo,
it's
I'm
it.
with my guy.
It's fun. It's funny, man. I was at a event last night,
Mhm.
and they had two other inspectors there, two minority inspectors. I put it like that.
Yeah.
And and when I'm always representing, man. I always got the logo on somewhere, man.
Yeah.
I'm like an NFL team, man. I always got a logo on. And as soon as I walked in, and I could see the guy looking at me, and I didn't know who he was, but I know who he was. If that makes sense, right?
I got you.
So I go walk up to him, man. I'm like, man, you an inspector, right? He's like, yeah, man, I'm with such and such. And I'm like, all right. He's like, you Brent, huh, man? I'm like, yeah, I'm Brent, man. I'm like, you know who I am? He's like, man, everybody know who you are, man. I'm like, for real? I'm like, that's all I needed to hear, man.
Right. Right.
I'm like, I would have never guessed that, but we chopped it up and, there was, hey, man, it's like Ford and Chevy. All these people know each other, man. This is as many realtors and as many inspectors and everybody there, it's still a small circle.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. I just want to understand, like, is your game plan and how do you really separate yourself from the other people? Because like you said, you are well known. So I guess that's twofold. So I guess the first thing is like, how do you separate yourself, and how do you really get yourself out there to have that brand recognition?
Well, I mean, to answer your first question is just that, we have a certain standard, and people now have come to expect that standard.
Facts.
And we're not going to deviate from that, man.
Yeah.
I would rather turn down work than to deviate from my standard. Because if you deviate from your standard, you're not gonna have to turn down work because it's just not gonna come.
Right. Yeah.
And number two, man, we have to keep inventing new ways of staying in front of people. Because you're right, everybody, there's a lot of home inspectors, there's a lot of choices out there, but I want you to remember 3S Home Inspection some kind of way. So whether that being, same day reporting, or people really like the fact that we do free warranty inspections if you use us for a new construction, things like that. Think about that, man. Just that tidbit by itself.
Yeah,
that's a spot. That's a spot in the day that I'm technically not making no money, but that's a service that I'm gonna provide because it's important. Number one, it's important, right? And number two, you know what? You've already trusted us to do a good job for you before. That's why you feel, welcoming enough to have us come back and do it again. Because trust me, man, even if somebody paid you to do something, or if you paid somebody to do a service for you and you didn't want that service, you didn't like that service, even if they say, hey, James, man, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do some more for you for free. Nah, I'm good. Right. Exactly. So, we just keep inventing new ways, man. Sam on top of it. So, y'all don't see her too much, but she be on top of it.
On top of it. No, shout out to the first lady of 3S Home Inspection, Sam, man. Yeah, she is incredible, and definitely you can tell she's on top of her game. So shout out to her for that. And then I already forgot the second question. Oh yeah, it's it was about your marketing strategy, man, because like again, it's like hell, even if I don't see you somewhere, I see the stuff you're passing out and say, oh shit, Brent was here.
Man, exactly, man. Hey man, I'll tell anybody, man, I'm a 100% certified guaranteed stalker on Instagram and Facebook, man. I will find you, man. I'm like the child support people, man. I will find you. And so when you get that phone call, you'd be like, hey man, it's Brent from 3S Home Inspection. Don't ask me, why you got my number? Don't worry about all that.
Right. I got it. Don't worry about it. But but Brent, real talk, where does the marketing savviness come from? Because you guys have a lot of different ways of getting yourself into the right people, get in front of the right people.
James, man, I'm not gonna even lie to you, man. That's not me. That's all Sam, man.
Shout out, Sam.
I can sell. You can put me in front of people because she always says, she's like, well, you don't really, if somebody just turn you down or they can't hurt your feeling. I'm like, nah, I only got one feeling and it already been hurt. So, right. So that don't bother me. So, but she the one that be like, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do that. And I'm be like, I don't have time to do that. So I need you to do that because I don't have time to do that, Right. And then we got a team, I'm glad to say that we got a little team now. And we got a young lady that do, all our social media and all that stuff. And she tried to stay on top of it as best she can, but she always bothered me about content. I'm like, I don't have time for all that, but
right. Yeah. And that's what, we were talking about that the other day over dinner. It was just like, when you're out, the times to be shooting content when you're out, but when you're out, you focus on work. So it's not
working, man.
Yeah,
it's 100 degrees out here,
man.
I'm trying to get out these people attic, man. I ain't got time to be trying to fix no video, man.
Facts. And then it's just like as soon as you get back in the car, you be like, damn, I forgot to shoot around something. So yeah.
Yep. As I'm driving away.
Yeah, man. So I definitely feel you on that. And so, let's talk about the team you have. And you scaling the team, because that's always interesting to hear that story, because all of these different things are investments and pouring back into your company. And I don't know how you are, but for me, I was hesitant to spend that extra money, because I want to when I'm bringing it in, but it's that balance of cash, it's the cash flow management to where, yes, you got to bring some in cash is the lifeline of your business, but you also got to spend to keep it going. So, I mean, how have you approached that and managed that?
Man, that's a very good point because, I am a numbers guy. So I look at that stuff like daily, right? And, I look at stuff and I look at the numbers and I'm like, man, I can't believe we spent that much last month, But then the next month, because you got to think about it, right? You might spend X amount of dollars on marketing and advertising and just whatever, like these sponsored events and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got to look at the number. You got to look at the next month because that's when the flowers blossom, if you will, right?
Yes, sir.
And you plant the seed, then the flowers blossom. So even though we spin it, it does come back. And the biggest thing, James, for us is budgeting. Because we have, and once again, man, like I said, if it was me, I wouldn't spend no money. That's me. But
right, okay.
But Sam is, Sam like, look, we got to do this, we got to do that. She be on me. She don't like to get on the computer and do nothing herself, but she's very, she's like, hey, we need to do this, so we need to do that. Like, I give you a perfect example, man. The little ink pens with your logo and stuff on it.
Yeah,
man. She told me for 3 months you need to order some pens because and she was like, hey, Rachel thing coming up. I want to pass out pens at her stuff. I'm like, okay. And did you order the pens? I ain't ordered pens yet. Did you order, and so finally I ordered the pens so I could stop hearing asking me about the damn pens,
Right.
But still, I mean, hey man, I can't take no credit for the marketing and the behind the scenes stuff. All I can take credit for is the field work and, the getting in front of people. I guess some kind of way I'm the face of this little operations we have here, but I think that's just because, I'm the person that the realtors see and the clients see,
Right. No, but yeah, shout out to Sam and shout out to your whole team, because that's another great point, man, is with any business, you may have an impeccable product or service,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not going to get very far in scale unless you have the right people with you. I don't
100%.
right.
Man,
So
100%.
So yeah, I mean, it's just like it's always about having the right people and the right team around you. So shout out to that. And so I'm just kind of curious too. So backing up, like a year and a half ago, you said.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that? What was that final thing that just clicked off? It was like,
catalyst, man.
Yeah.
I think what it was the fact that COVID happened. And with work, with me traveling and all that, you couldn't go nowhere. And I mean, I was still getting paid. I still had a job, but I couldn't go nowhere, and things like that. So it was like, okay, well, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna sit home and granted, I mean, sitting home is great, but after a while, man, sitting home get on you. And so we talked about it, and we were like, look, let's do something. And then I had a really good friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
who also is a home inspector here in Houston, and it was him, man. He was like, look, man, you need to do this. You need to do this. They got too much money out there. You got to get on it. And I had no intentions on doing this. And he was like, you really need to think about it. And he's like, just come with me, ride with me a few days, and I'll show you what it's about. I'm like, man, I'm not a genius. I'm not the most intelligent person in the world, but I mean, you don't have to be to quickly realize that, this is, it's a few hours at a time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not extremely, difficult, but it could be very rewarding if you do it right.
Yes, sir.
And knock on wood, man, it has been for us. And like I said, you will never hear me complain about working 12 hours a day or whatever. Like, hey man, the other day for y'all, man, guess what time I got home, so, but that was a 12-hour day. But you know what?
Yeah.
That was a 12-hour day for me, not for somebody else.
Yeah. No, exactly. Directly to your bottom line. And nah, man, again, I definitely appreciate, what y'all did because, and
that's anytime, man.
Yeah, man. And everybody was, like you said, definitely appreciative and just really happy with the quality of service from beginning to end. So yeah, man, shout out to you guys for that. So yeah, man, I'm just kind of interested about, we did talk about, how you got into, the business. But I'm sorry. Before then, let's back up because
Mhm.
I mean, for everybody listening here too, who's going to be listening, like, damn, all right, I want to check out Brent. Where
Yeah,
is your current footprint? I mean, what is it? Like, how far do you go out?
man. I mean, right now we're just all over. I mean, like literally, we go from Beaumont to Huntsville,
Really?
man.
Come on.
Yeah. I'll be in Beaumont tomorrow, man. That's my first appointment is in Beaumont. We'll do that. I mean, now granted, if we do go that far out, we're not doing it for free, but people do ask, and people, out that way, they realtors are here, and they selling properties wherever they can. Uh, so yeah, man, we'll go out to Beaumont, and we go anywhere from Galveston to Huntsville, and we'll pretty much go anywhere. Uh,
Right.
and so
Definitely sounds like you're going to be adding some more people to your team
yeah, well,
soon, bro.
hey man, it's a lot of driving. I ain't never tell you no lie. It's a lot of driving, but you know what, man? When them drive times, that's my reflection time.
Okay.
That's my time thinking about what we gonna do next.
Yep.
How we gonna do the next what we gonna the next thing the next big thing that we trying to get at. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's my reflection time.
Yep.
So even the drive time, I don't complain about.
No, that's real. No, bro, you know what? I've definitely been intentional and more focused on having that sense of gratitude on just everything, everything I'm approaching.
Mm-hmm.
And you already hit on it earlier. You were saying like, hey, that was 12 hours for me. And
Yeah.
then so when things are crazy, it usually means it's good, but there's a level of stress to it. But like, yeah, I'll just sit around. I'm like, yo, this is all my company. This is for me. Like I didn't,
That's right.
I don't have anybody like to ask if I could go, to my son's basketball game, or if I could go see my daughter or anything, and I could schedule that. So I'm, like you said, man, I'm very appreciative of that. And so yeah, I just wanted to piggyback off that and say that as well. So
No, man.
yeah. So no, going back to it. So all right, you're in Beaumont tomorrow morning, but I'm really interested because I had a guy on the show a few weeks ago, Josh, and his whole thing is about the logistics and mapping out that route. So how do you? But how do? No, Brent. Seriously, how do you do that? Because you are very accommodating too. I'm not saying you do it all the time, but you're like, yo, all right, I got you. So how does that work? You're in Beaumont and they're like, yo, Brent, I got something in Conroe. And then you're, how do you really map that out? Like who's doing the logistics there?
So to answer your question, nobody.
Right.
The logistics part of it is going to come into play more when we get our next guy, fully up and running, because then we will be able to sit down and the night before or whatever the case is, and I'll be able to look at the areas where these inspections are, and then I can say, okay, hey man, you got one in Beaumont. I mean, you got an inspection in Beaumont, and then on your way back, you might as well just stop in Port Arthur and knock out this next one or whatever the case may be, because that's all over there, and I'll hit north or whatever. Right now, man, it's basically still a one-man operation for the most part.
Right.
And James, man, it's wherever it is, man, because think about it. I don't really have control over who schedules an inspection and when, because you can go on our website, which is 3shomeinspection.com, by the way.
Shout out to that.
You can go on our website and you can schedule your inspection whenever you want. And as long as that spot's open, you can do it. So if you schedule one for 3:00 in Beaumont and my 12:00 is in, Porter, guess what, man? Brent gonna be driving from Porter to Beaumont because, as of right now, we don't say no too often.
Right. Nah, yeah. I mean, you definitely got to strike while the iron's hot.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we're on the same boat. But with that being said, too, is there? I'm assuming, but you correct me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming the seasonality in your business kind of goes with the seasonality of real estate, for the most part, right? So, very busy during this time of year, and so summertime and spring are probably your two hottest, and then I would probably say winter
slow down a bit,
down, and fall. I mean, like winter and back into fall, I guess.
Yeah, it slows down. Around the holidays for sure.
Yeah.
The holidays kind of slow down. But man, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first started this, I'll put this out there. When I first started this, my whole goal was to only do about 5 inspections a week, because I was doing the math in my head, man. And I'm like, okay, 5 inspections a week at X amount of dollars. Man, that's pretty good, man. That's not too bad. Times, 52 weeks. Man, that's all right. Well, man, 5 quickly turned into 10. 10 quickly turned into 17 a week. You know what I'm saying? And then it just kept ballooning, man.
Yeah, the day I called you, you said you had 5.
Yeah, yours made 5. Yeah. Now, granted, that's not typical.
Okay.
That's not a typical day. A typical day is usually maybe 2, 3.
Okay.
That's not typical. That was just a very unique circumstance.
Okay.
When it came to that, But yeah, man, I mean, like some days you just got one. I'd say, man, I had one because I knew I was talking to James today, man, and I'm like, man, I'm not gonna be late or cancel. Man,
so, I appreciate you, bro.
So we're doing that.
Yeah. So I already know. So yeah, when you hit me talking about one, you talking about when we going golf. I know that's bullshit because you ain't got the time, and 2, it's too hot outside.
I'll find some time, man. I'll find some time. Like tomorrow, man, we gotta chop it up, and I'm like, we gonna do it, man. I'll make time. I can always make, like you said, when you're doing it for yourself, you can. It's a whole lot easier to figure out time when you're doing it for yourself.
That's real.
Like I tell my loving family sometimes, I can't. Daddy can't come, to everything. I will go to as much as I can, but I can't go to everything. And man, they. The 2 little ones, man, they like office managers, man. They wake up, they're like, how many inspections you got today? I'm like, why? Man, we want to know what time you're gonna be home.
Right. Nah, yeah, man. You got 2 sharp ones too. That's crazy. So in those downtimes, I mean, say you got a little bit of time on your hand, what are you looking to do? Is it more just kind of like back office stuff, or are you kind of unwinding? Or
well, right now school's out, man, so we just I'll hang out with them as much as I can. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like I told you, Sam do a lot of the back office stuff, but Sam's still full-time mommy, so when I get home, I'll tell anybody, man, when I get home, I might be gone 12 hours, but as soon as I walk in the door, man, we going, guess who's doing bath time? It's daddy, bro. Daddy doing bath time.
Yeah.
Daddy doing, because, mommy tired. No, man, she's been with you all day long. And you know how it is, man. These little ones, they'll drain you, man. You got to.
Full time, bro.
Full time. You got to have a drink at the end of the day when you.
It's a must, bro. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna definitely gotta try to do something tomorrow if we can, man.
Yeah. Let me know. But you gotta have a drink at the end of the day with these kids nowadays, man. Golly.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the little ones though. So
man.
So yeah, man. So right now, Brent, I mean, in your business, what is? I mean, a year in. I mean, you're definitely still in the I would consider still like startup and growth kind of area, and I'm there as well. I mean, at this point, what would you say is like some of your biggest challenges in your day to day?
Good question.
As a business owner, yeah.
Real good question, man. It's still trying to figure out, because all businesses is gonna have, you learn growing pains, right? And I think the biggest thing is to figure out a way to mitigate those growing pains as much as you can. And for us, it's just trying to figure out, on a daily basis, because we do our stuff is repetitive. I mean, we do the same thing day in and day out, and you gotta not make the same mistakes over and over and over, man. And for us, it's trying to figure out, okay, this didn't work yesterday. We can't do it again today. We got to figure something else out. And right now, for us, the biggest thing, and once again, like I'll continue to say, you'll never hear me complain about this business, but it's for us is trying to figure out the whole scheduling aspect of this business, because like I tell Sam, people call and my number is the number that's on everything right now. And people call me and they're like, hey, we want to schedule an inspection. And I'm like, okay. And I'm in the middle of an inspection. And then by the time, they send me all the information. And then by the time I get to the truck, I go, oh shit, I got to schedule these people an inspection. And I'm like, I don't know what day it was. I don't know what day they want,
Yeah.
and that's a big problem for us. For me, that's a big problem for me. So, to try to mitigate that, I've been, I tell people, hey, let me get all your information, and I'm gonna have my scheduler, i.e. Sam, give you a call and schedule your inspection. Because if I don't do that, I don't want to mess up somebody's scheduling, right? And that's been working, but like I said, that's still tough, right now because his kids are out of school and stuff like that. So she still has to, tend to them, and you know how it is, man. You got to take a business call and you got a 2-year-old screaming in the background. So that's not real professional, but people understand. Everybody work from home nowadays, but
right.
That's the thing, man. It's just the scheduling for us. It's just the scheduling because we're not at the point yet where we can just have a full-time scheduler. One day I want that. I want that one,
Bro, what I'm about to tell you is look into patlive.com and PATLIVE. Nah, I'm giving them too much shine. Pat Live, cut the check. But but yo, like check
free
them
advertising.
Out. Right. Come on. Cut the check, Pat Live. But now check them out because they are an answering service and you can give them whatever information, like give them the template of whatever the information they need to gather. And then you can have them put it into whatever system or whatever link or anything you want. And it's for like literally like 100. It starts out like 150 a month, $150 a month. They're all of the answers, the callers, are domestic. They're here in the US.
Oh.
So I mean, I have it for my business. So all inbound calls.
Yeah, but you big time though, man. See, I'm trying to be like James Allen.
Relax.
I'm trying to be like.
Don't do that. We're not doing that one.
One day, man. One day. No, that's what you, man. But shout out to you, bro. You killing it too.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, it has been a journey to here, but man, I'm definitely appreciative. But yeah, man, check them out, bro. Because I think just what I'm learning is, man, the systems we have in place will give us a lot more peace of mind. I mean, it's just when you're going and doing all that, it's really can be stressful. And
one of the big fears too is like missing an opportunity, man. And I don't know, I don't know how to. I'm sure it's even more fast paced for you because that stuff is like right now, right? Missing an opportunity, like getting a phone call and not being able to answer it. Because think about it, man. If you don't answer a phone call, what would you do? I'm gonna just call the next person on the list, So that's what people do sometimes,
Right. I mean, that's why. I mean, you could actually get the hook, like just have them, call in and actually set it up, like not like a call back. Hey, they'll have your availability. They can have all that stuff on your screen. But yeah, I hear you. I am. I mean, and for me personally, that's where those are two things I struggle with in my business is like kind of relinquishing some of that and trusting the systems and the people that I put in place. For one, so that's one. And I see you already talking about, so I know you're there. And then it's just the other one is just the systems in general, just taking the time and just setting up those systems and letting them work. So
I don't know, man. That's also been the scary part for me because me being me, the personality that I have, just allowing anybody to do anything is very scary because like, I need you to do it exactly like I'm gonna do it. And that's not the case, man. It's no matter what, it's just not gonna be that way. And so I get real worried about not being able to control everything. And you can't, man, you would go crazy.
You're going to go crazy. Brent, 3S is going to be probably servicing the entire state of Texas within the next 2 to 3 years. And and so with that being said, you're going to drive.
I'm going to give you a nugget, man. I'm going to give you an Easter egg. We thinking about maybe, possibly doing a little something in Dallas, man. Possibly, maybe, could be. I'm going to just leave it at that.
I mean, that's dope. I mean, you already told, I already knew that, but I mean,
oh yeah, you did know that, didn't you?
Yeah,
we talk a lot, man. I forget.
Yeah, for the people that are listening, that's a great nugget. But I was like, you're not telling me anything new. Shit, we've been talking about that for a couple of months. You and I both.
I'm like, I forget, man. That's
yeah,
why I always ask you what you do every time I see you, man, because I'm like, I can't remember.
It's true. So
for everybody listening, man. James told me, he's like, say, bro, don't ask me that no more, man. I don't know how many times I actually say, man, what is home? What is wholesale? Say, but don't ask me that no more.
Right, yeah. I have to explain to Brent every time what I do, but nah, it's all good. Like literally last time we went out to dinner, I think I explained it again too. Shit.
No, you did to Sam because I knew better than to ask. So you explained it to Sam. See,
you threw that alley to Sam so she could do it. I got you. I see what you're doing. But nah, bro. I mean, it's gonna have to happen, bro. And you're gonna have to rip that Band-Aid off, bro.
Yeah, exactly, man. We have to. I mean, there's no choice. You know, that's just gonna be a new set of growing pains. But you know what? It's good because you know it's not gonna grow if you don't do that. So
yeah, I mean, because also too, like I have all these systems in place, and I had a lead manager just leave, and so for the last week and a half, I've had leads come in, and I'm not able to touch them as frequently and as often as she was until I put somebody else in. And so I'm just saying, like, that's another thing that kind of is keeping me up is like, I'm paying for all these leads, this lead generation, bringing all these people in. But like, again, like you're saying, if you don't get to them right away, they're going to the next person.
Exactly.
Unless I'm making an offer. So, I mean, nah, bro, I said all that to say I'm right there with you and shit. We all go through it, but
how I don't think I ever asked you, man. How old is your company? You said about 3 years?
No, 5.
5. Oh,
I've been so 3 years. I've been at this full time. 3 years in June, bro.
Sweet. Congrats, man. Congrats, brother.
Yeah, I walked away 3 years ago, and the company's been established and has been operating. We probably between year 1 and 2 did honestly 1 or 2 deals, to be honest with you, and then maybe 3, and then since then I got in full time, and I was like, oh, I got this, and then I figured out I didn't have it, and then it's just been trial and error since then, and we're getting some consistency and systems in place. So
yeah, man, that's good, man. And saying just like with us, I guess it took something for you to say that what, man, I'm just going to devote my time to it and just do it.
My daughter being born.
See, it's a catalyst, man. There's always something, man. Exactly. See, there you go, man.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I would have never, if my, if like I say, man, I got a 25-year-old son. If my son would have never been born, I'd probably still be a policeman to this day.
Come on.
Because honestly, dude, when I was a kid, that's all I ever wanted to be. I don't know why, but that's all I ever wanted to be, man. And I can honestly say I don't know how many people can honestly say that when they're a kid and they want to do something, doctor, lawyer, whatever it is, they grow up and they actually do it, and right. I was like, man, I'm gonna do this one way or another, hook or crook, man. I'm gonna do this, and I did. It didn't last as long as I wanted to, but I did it, and I don't regret it. I enjoyed it. Shit, there's even part of me that missed it, But
really,
yeah, dude, it's like one of them things, man. It's like it's in you, once it's in you, and you just I don't know, man. You might get tired of it. You might get aggravated with it, but it's still in you, and you can't never get it out of you. So you always miss it. Do I regret leaving? No, but but there's still a part of me that misses it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I could do it in today's world.
Society,
with everybody having a camera and you can't touch nobody and you can't do this and you can't do that. So it's probably best. Hey man, God got a plan. He knew what he was doing, so he's like, "Look, man, it's time for you to go."
Yeah, that one. You gotta.
You're gonna be in prison or something, so you probably need to go. So yeah, so exactly, man.
That's what's up. Yeah, man. But now, man, I want to ask you too, because you've done a lot of things. You've been a police officer. You worked in corporate America. You started your own business. But other than that, too, just from the different conversations we have. You're involved in a lot of different investments and stuff, as well. And can you, you mind kind of sharing kind of what's some stuff that's been working for you?
the biggest thing, and it's funny, man. I mean, 'cause remember we had this conversation, but the biggest thing that we do right now is, we got some really good friends that called us up and said, hey, you need to get in. We about to invest in some oil wells and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, we don't do that, man. We don't do that. I'm like, man, we don't do that, man. He's like, man, you need to do it. You really need to do it. And we did it, man. And I don't know what the fruits of that's going to be just yet. But I can tell you what, I got a phone call from the people from the company today, and they're like, we're gonna start tanking oil. We tanking oil next week. I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, man, we tanking oil next week. I'm saying, so y'all found oil? He's like, we tanking oil next week. I'm like, ha ha ha. So like I say, I don't know what kind of fruits. I don't know what kind of fruits that's gonna bear, but
that's big time.
Yeah, something's gonna happen, man. So
did they tell you how much they expect wherever they drill, how much they think is in the ground?
That's a good question. I didn't really ask that question as a whole, but he did, it's something to the effect that they're doing. So they got 300 barrel tanks because that's all they can transport at one time. And he said they'll probably fill out a day.
Come on.
So whatever that equates to,
Money.
I'm excited. I mean,
money.
Granted, that's got to go around to a lot of people, but it could have not come my way at all.
Right, it's coming around to you.
Where there's $20 a month, it's still $20 more than I had before. You know what I'm saying?
Right, so, it's definitely going to be more than $20.
Yeah, man.
Nah, shout out to that.
I definitely got to, our, and I say our, meaning me and Sam, but we want to definitely learn more and get more involved in real estate. Investing and stuff like that. So obviously we definitely gonna be picking y'all brain on that. But
yeah, I was like, talk to you every week. Yeah, all right. Yeah, whenever you want.
But but I mean, the fiasco with the house over there. That's why I was excited to go over there, man. I'm like, you know what? I don't even have nothing in my office. I'm gonna sit on the floor, man, and talk to James, man. And it just, I only had Wi-Fi over there, but I got my tablet, my cellular, so but that it didn't work out. Yeah. So I had to come on back over here, man, and get on the computer.
Good. Now, man, we still gotta see the property, bro.
Hey, man, whenever y'all ready, man. This is actually, man, honestly, before we start putting stuff in, this is probably the time to come take a look, man. We just passed our last inspection, so the city should be issuing our occupancy certificate here, hopefully within the next week or so. And we're gonna probably start moving some stuff in. But man, y'all got an open invite, but y'all definitely need to pass over, take 5-10 minutes and stop by, man.
For sure. Yeah, for people who don't know, Brent has been working on this awesome home for I don't know how long, bro.
It's been 2 years, man. Plus. Yeah, it's been 2 years plus.
Yeah.
And that's not because it's massive or it costs $10 million. That's the city of Houston. No shout out to the city of Houston. That's the city of Houston. Yeah.
I struck a nerve. Your face got serious.
Probably can't say I want to strangle a whole bunch of people on podcasts.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that. I don't need them knocking on my door. Yeah,
for real, man. The helicopters will start flying over, man.
We don't need that, bro. We don't need that. We talked about Dallas, but what is the plans for within this? I guess this 6 months, 12-month runway for what's the plans for 3S? I think I first got introduced to you at almost like a year ago at the Braden Brunch. And that was the first time I told you what I did, and you looked at me like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yep.
And you was like, you were like, "What you do?" Okay, cool. Where's the realtors? Here's my car. I was like, I can't even get a car, bro.
No. That's a good question, man. Yeah. There's a whole. I mean, Houston has, I don't know what, like 50-something thousand realtors or some ridiculous number like that.
Crazy.
There's a whole market of realtors that we haven't even tapped on yet. And that is the plan for the upcoming year, is to try to tap into some other realtors. I love the realtors that we deal with now, man, and shout out to all the realtors that's been loyal to 3S. We couldn't do this without them, man. We appreciate them, and we love working with all of them. But with that being said, man, you can't have all your eggs in one basket, and so
right.
there's realtors that we haven't even tapped in it on yet, and I think that's going to be the goal for the next year, is to try to tap into some other demographic of realtors, if you will,
I got you.
and see where that goes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so that means you're just gonna be triple, quadrupling your networking, and then more so.
Hey man, I need more people to see this face, man. I got to get out there and get in front of people, man. Talking to people is one of my strong suits, so I'm not afraid to talk to nobody. So I will get out and talk to anybody, because like I told you, man, you can't hurt my feelings, man. So I only got one, and it's already been hurt, so you can't hurt it no more.
For real.
I take rejection very well. Just smile and wave, baby.
Right. No, I mean, there's definitely, it seems like you may be needing to get a full-time, some type of marketing person or business development person on, or something like that.
We've discussed that. Honestly, we have discussed that. And, of course, my drawback being a numbers person, man, I'm like, how much that's going to cost? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How much that's going to cost, Yeah, tell me how much it's gonna cost, and then tell me how much fruit it's gonna bear, because that's what I want to know. Because if it's not gonna bear no fruit, then we ain't making no. We're not gonna spend the money. But
can it be incentive based? I mean, like,
I
don't know how that is, but business development. I mean, there may be some type of salary component, and then it's like whatever you bring in, you get a percentage of, or something like that.
Yeah, it definitely could be. And like I said, man, that's still things we're figuring out. Like I said, there's much bigger companies. One drawback for not, and it's not. Let me take that back. It's not a drawback, but some other inspectors come from big inspection companies, so they had the luxury of seeing how they run their business, and then just basically duplicated that business on a smaller scale for themselves. Well, we did not have that.
Right.
We just jumped in. We didn't even see how deep it was. We just jumped in, and so. With that being said, we have to learn some of the stuff the hard way, and do a lot of research and do stuff and try to figure stuff out. But yeah, man, would I like to have 10, 15 inspectors running around Houston? Hell yeah, I would. But with that being said, it probably would drive me insane, because that's 10, 15 different personalities you got to deal with, and so that's gonna be me punting to Sam.
You got to,
who's an awesome manager. I'm like, here you go. Look, you wanted 10, 15 guys. There you go. Figure it out. I don't want to talk to none of them. You know what I'm saying? Just
right.
If they got an inspection question, tell them call me. If not, just call you. I don't want to know nothing about you. I can't come to work today because I don't want to know nothing about that.
But you know that shit's gonna happen though. So
of course, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But so yeah, I think that's the plan for the next the next year at least, is to definitely tap into a different market, because that's the one wonderful thing about Houston, man. It is so diverse that you can. It's like being in a different state, man. You can be you can be like in circle. As small as the real estate community is here in Houston, you can literally be in 4 different real estate circles and never see the same people, with maybe a few exceptions.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So man, I mean, we kind of ran through a lot, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there anything, I mean, in particular that you wanted to get on here and talk about or say in particular?
Man, I really didn't know what to expect, man. I was just excited when you called me, man, because you don't really call me, man. We text a lot.
Yeah.
And when you called me the other day, I was like, oh damn, he couldn't text. He calling me. There's something not right,
Yeah, well, shit. We both blowing and going throughout the day. So yeah,
I know, man.
Yeah,
I know.
It's just the text is like, you put it out there and people can get back to it when you can get to it. So
yeah, exactly, man. But nah, man. I mean, I'm just excited. I mean, you know what? I do have a question for you, though, man. What made you start with all the stuff you got going on? What made James decide I need something else to do, because I don't have enough stuff to do, man?
Yeah, it's crazy. I was just
and I'm sure people ask you that all the time, but
nah, not really. But I mean, it is odd, because I laugh. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why the arrogant side of me would think that the world needs another podcast out there. There's a podcast everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But bro, it actually started, man. A lot of me and my friends, a lot of the friends we have are entrepreneurs like yourselves,
Yeah.
and we just have these conversations all the time, like literally
Uh-huh.
all the time. It's just about, hey, about your business, what you got going on in your business, and we just compare notes and
Oh
like
yeah.
kind of, and then always kind of give game. Like if I've used like the calling service, I'm not gonna say their name again, but the calling service that I talked to you about earlier, um, if I've used it and I think, hey, it's worth the look at, give it, it may
Yeah.
help you, then that's the kind of game we share. Yeah, it was just a way for me to, kind of connect with people. And it's a good opportunity, just to network with, people you have, and put content out there. And because everybody knows social media is a very big proponent. So a lot of
Yep.
times people see me and I'm still trying to figure it out. They like, what the hell do you do? You're not the only one. Like people ask me.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one, man.
So people ask me, what do I do? So it's
So
just
now you
kind of
tell people you're a podcaster because
hell no.
nobody understand wholesaling. So yeah,
Wholesaling is
except for
so,
you.
bro. There's a wholesaler every 5 minutes, man. There's wholesalers everywhere. You talk about saturation.
That don't
It's
mean it
like,
good, man. That just mean I can call myself a wholesaler, but that don't mean I'm real good at it.
well, I mean, yeah, I can go with a
You're
lot of
good
stuff.
at it.
So I
Yeah.
appreciated it. So yeah, it was just a way to kind of, have a platform, and then just really give out game, man. That's why
Yeah.
I really just kind of pick people's brains about, hey, how do you look at this certain situation? What are you thinking about this? How do you play in the scale?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm literally taking notes here,
Mm-hmm.
and like, okay, maybe I can use some of that myself. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, everything can be a teachable moment, man. And so with that being said, you just got to figure out if there's any way that I can help somebody else not have to go through trials and tribulations, because I've already went through them, then yeah, I pick away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a perfect example, man, because I do look at you guys and I'm like, man, although I'm sure you guys also have your trials and tribulations, on the surface, in front of everybody, man, it's all smiles all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, they got it going on over there. Me and Sam talk about that all the time. Like, I'm like, man, James and them, they got XYZ and they doing not got what XYZ, but they doing this, and they doing that. But hey, we need to talk to them about that, and I'm sure all those things come with their own sets
Of course.
issues, but
Of course.
still, they're your issues. And once again,
Right.
man, it's not your issues for some mega company. It's your issues for your company.
Yeah, man, talk about it. That kind of hit a nerve because the one house I was talking about, that I've had it under contract for a long time, and I was like, hey, when I get this, I would definitely want you to inspect it once the
Mm-hmm.
person moves out.
Oh yeah, I
Lady
remember
calls.
that. Yeah.
Lady calls me yesterday, and it's my fault because I've had this thing under contract for so long, because it's a new build. She's doing a new
Mm-hmm.
build, and she
Mm-hmm.
needs to, it has to go through the process. And
Mm-hmm.
when we contracted it to now, the interest rates have shot up.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And now she's telling me that what I have it contracted for is not going to work for her anymore. But I'm under contract,
I was
and
say, yeah.
I don't even know if I'm gonna actually publish this. I might just edit all this shit out. But no, she literally tells me, she's received offers here lately for $100,000 more than what she's contracted. She wants me to come up like $100,000, and I'm
Yeah.
like, right.
Yeah.
And I'm under contract. I'm supposed to close next month. And so, yeah, those are the kind of things, like, bro, that was one that I was going to remodel, rent out, take some equity out, rinse, do the burst strategy, rinse and repeat. And that was something that I was going to be able to hand down to my kids, and it'd be a generational play, like, the other rentals we have. I was really excited about that one. I've actually not looked at other deals because of that. So anyways, I say all that to say is like, hell yeah, we got everything, things we're going through every day. Like, you celebrate wins, and that was a punch in the gut for me.
Yeah. So, and see, that's the other thing too, man. That's, and I was telling you that the other day, is like, man, I really want to, I want to pick your brain, chop it up with you, because, there's other things that I want to learn. There's other things that I want to do. And you're one of the biggest terms that I've started using it. and I got it from you, is passive income, passive income, passive
Man.
income. Man, I want some damn passive income, man. And I'm like, the only person that ever says that is James Allen, man. I'm like, man, I got to figure this out, man. I got to, you know what I'm saying?
We got to get to it, bro. We got to get to it because in any kind of market, people are getting to it, like you said, man. So we definitely got to get to it, bro. So yeah, I mean, shit, I'm done but a call away. We're always down to hang out with you and the fam. It's always good times.
Oh yeah, man. No doubt, man. No doubt.
I don't even think people know, man. You're like a lifetime member of the Christopher Williams fan club. So that's
shut up, man. Shut up, man. Shout out to Christopher Williams, man.
Shout out to Christopher Williams for real. For real.
James just mad, man. James just mad.
Okay, he gonna pull out the hair on me. Come on. I mean, sure, I like my ways. I don't give a damn. But no, man, that's Brent. I definitely appreciate, man, your time because again, for you to designate that time, like you just said, that means like you blocked away things and you rescheduled things and moved things around. So that is not, that doesn't go unnoticed, and that's highly appreciated.
Yes, sir, man. And like I said, I definitely appreciate you reaching out, and I appreciate being on the podcast, man. And hopefully, man, when you like the guy on the news, I can't remember his name, man. The dude that he got like a thing every night, man. But when you be like that guy, man, maybe I can be your, when you just start doing like a podcast with maybe 2 or 3 different people at the same time, maybe I can be like a always guest, man.
A co-host or something.
Yeah, no, not a co-host. Just be a repeated guest. I'm just
okay. I was like, you ain't got the time for that shit. Neither do I.
Start doing this at night, man.
If we get some drinks and maybe sponsored by you know what I'm saying, maybe we could do something like that.
Some impromptu podcast, man.
Yeah, I don't know. The shit may come out of my mouth of a couple of drinks. I don't know, but
that's a good thing about podcasts.
Edit what you want, but
exactly.
But no, man, I like to end all of these conversations, bro, with just when it's all said and done. I mean, what do you want people to remember Brent Cannon for? But even like, you know what, I'm gonna change it up. Fuck it, it's my podcast, so I can do that. So
exactly.
I'm not gonna answer that. Yeah, so I mean, so with 3S and like growth mode and expanding and looking to reach different markets and demographics, what do you want somebody out there listening? What do you want them to know about Brent Cannon and 3S?
Basically, man, great question. But basically, I just want people to remember the service that we give, man. By law, all realtors must provide 3, referrals to their clients, right? I don't mean you can't circle it, highlight it, dust it in glitter and everything else. The one you want, you know what I'm saying? So I just want people to know, man, when they call us, they already know what they're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I don't want them to call and go, tell me about your service. I want you to already know about my service before you call me, because once you call me, I want to be able to do your inspection. I don't want to have to. I want everybody to know about 3S home inspection before they call, right? Mm-hmm. You don't go to McDonald's going, I wonder what's on the menu,
Right.
I want you to already know what to expect before you call. And like I said, man, if that entails, getting in front of as many people as I can, let me rephrase that, as we can, since we do have a team. I have no aspirations to be on the billboard, to see my face on no billboard, but I would like to have 3S home inspection on the billboard one day, man. That's something that I strive for whatever strange reason it is. I want a billboard too. Everybody else got a billboard. I want a billboard.
Saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with that being said, man, I just want I want the people that call us to know the quality of service that they're going to get before they call us. So you do not have to call somebody else. Mm-hmm. As humans, we're all going to try to do you want the best value for your money. So you're going to shop around. That's why Amazon have everybody's stuff right there, because you don't have to shop around. You just type it in, and 400 of the same things gonna come up. So they just took in the shop. They just took the shopping around out of it.
Right.
That's how I want. That's how I want us to be. I want us, when you call us, even though you got 2 other names on the list, I want you to be already know that. Oh, I know about 3S Home Inspection. I'm gonna call them first, but I already know all about them. I know what I'm gonna get. And I know why they price is they price,
Yeah.
Hey, man, we might not be for everybody.
Right.
We might not be for everybody, but I don't care where you're from or what color you are or what part of town you live in. That don't make me no difference, man. I'm gonna treat everybody the same way. I'm gonna come to your house, whether you're in the hood or you're in River Oaks. It don't make me no difference at all.
Right.
And you're gonna get the same quality of service that you're gonna get if you got a 1,000 square foot house or a 10,000 square foot house. You're gonna get the same quality of service, man. And that's just the way we roll. I won't be able to sleep at night if I thought I did somebody a disservice by doing something wrong at their house and then doing something different at somebody else's house. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, if we check every outlet at this house, we're gonna check every outlet at that house, because that's just the way we're gonna do it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like I said, we have a standard, and that standard is that's my middle name, man. I want people to know that when they call us, they already know the standard of service that they're gonna get.
Right. I mean, and that is one of the first things that comes to mind is when we're, talking about 3S is just the quality of service and the quality of product you're going to get. So
yeah.
that is one of the things that are very synonymous with your company. So no, for real, for sure. But okay. So some people out there are going to be interested, and I'll have your IG handle at the bottom. But
okay.
I mean, just quickly, can you tell us the website and the phone number again if we want to get a hold of you?
For sure, man. So the phone number is my phone number. You're not calling you're not calling that other people that you just talked about earlier. You actually get me. So whether you text me or call me, my phone go off at 8:30. So if you calling after 8:30, you ain't gonna get nobody. But if you call me, the number is 713-303-9632. And the website is the number 3, the letter S, homeinspection.com.
All right. No doubt.
Reach out. You got questions, reach out.
Let's go. No, again, Brent, man, my guy, I appreciate it, man, because I know how busy you are. I greatly appreciate you coming, just sharing the game and just kind of sharing about where you guys are at in with your company and the things you got going on. And really excited to see what this next year run is, because like I said, I came in from being introduced to you at the brunch about a year ago to literally damn near, I think everybody on Rachel's team is using you guys, and we've been trying to I've been trying to get some other partnerships and stuff with you on my end. So I definitely appreciate it, bro. I'm excited to see where this thing is headed.
Yep, and I appreciate you guys, man, and can't wait to see, do some more stuff with you guys. And like I said, man, always, man. You guys are just a phone call away, man. You need something, we got it, man. I think Rachel to the point now, man, she don't even call no more, man. She just go online and do her own thing. I'm like, hold on, Rachel, wait a minute.
That sounds like her.
Yeah. But we appreciate it, man, and I can't wait to talk to you guys soon. And
probably haven't even told you or Sam, but I call you guys the fine dining crew, man. Yeah, you guys are the fine dining crew.
Oh,
man.
You know what though? Sam gonna kill me, but so hopefully y'all can move. Hopefully y'all can stop by. Oh, I heard y'all got a Lamborghini too, man. But anyways,
wait. First of all, we did not buy a Lamborghini. Don't even put that shit out there, no. But keep going.
Yeah, man. I really hope y'all take a few minutes and drive by. Like I said, before all the furniture and stuff go in, just to have a look around, man. Because y'all been hearing about it for so long, so I wish y'all could come see it. But once we are in, man, we got a little surprise plan, man, for you guys. And so I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's definitely going to happen in sometime this year for sure. But we're gonna do something, man, and it's gonna be pretty cool. I hope so. I don't really have any control over it, but I know what it is. Right.
Yeah.
So I like to put stuff out there and make you think about it for a while, man.
All I gotta do is give you a drink. Hey man, so that stuff you was talking the other day. What can you elaborate? Tell me a little bit more about it. So,
Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you everything.
all good. Well, nah,
All
Brent,
right,
man. Yeah, it's been good, man. This has been another episode of Masterminds with James Allen, and peace.